I want to keep the robot mode for another episode. So stay tuned for the next one. So here we have him in this robot mode. As you can see, he's still basically the same figure that we got out of the box and I did a review on in the previous video. That's because basically the entire bits of the truck mode that he's got on him turn inside out. So I don't need to do anything with it, just make it look pretty and then I can fold it in and this is what comes out of it. So that makes my next job a little bit easier because that means I do not have to completely disassemble him to make him look good, which is nice because this is a figure that's quite elaborate. There's a lot of detail going on, there's a lot of stuff going on, and if I take it apart I probably won't be able to put it back together again because it's that complex. That said, there is a lot of detail that's not painted and not done as it is in the movie. For instance, this should be a lot more like he was in the previous movies, these bits, like the really shiny metallic chromish silver. Same with the head, there needs to be a lot more, and especially this bit needs a lot more detail and weathering and dirt and grime and rust, of course, he needs a lot of rust. And this arm needs to be a lot more silverish underneath there as well. And then I need to go and do some of the robot color. I used a mix of gunmetal gray and black to make everything underneath a little bit more robotic. So yeah, I'm actually quite excited to get started on him. For the references on him, I will be using Prime 1. Because basically I think that's the best version of Megatron that we got. And of course I will start with putting him entirely into the khaki color that I did the alt mode as well. There it is. So basically this will be the base color for the entire figure. Because he was a lot more greenish and darkish than we had this guy represent, and I am not a fan of the way they did the weathering on him. So I will be basing everything I have on the Prime 1 statue I have. I already did the chain. Basically what I did was I painted it brownish, added some orange, and this will now look like a rusted out chain. So we can have the way he was in the movie. So yeah, I'm actually quite excited. So what you'll see me do next is making sure he's masked off on places I don't want paint, and then we can start adding the green. So here we go. So for the eagle-eyed viewer, you might have noticed that I did not use any masking tape. That's because I got a really good airbrush and I can point it anywhere I'd like. Beside that, I just needed to get the green on there, so I can start from there, because a lot of him will be the robot color that he should be, and then the rest will be worked with rust and grime, so he doesn't need to have a pristine paint job, and I can just work around the edges. So yeah, he's now a green little alien. That needs a little bit of weathering. I'm going to give him to tomorrow just to cure, and then I'll hit him with sandy color, which I had before, which is pale brown, and that will this yellow, so you can have label it for desert tent going on, and then everything about him will be the robot color, and will make him look as dirty, grimy and nasty as he should be. So all that said, let's give him a good night to sleep, and then we'll see him back tomorrow for the rest of his paint job. So after a night of curing, he is looking greenish. All that's left to do now before we start doing the weathering and adding all the robot detail is hitting him with the yellow, because that actually makes him look a little bit more paler. I'm not going to do a complete edit, I'll just add some everywhere to make it look like it's dirty. So yeah, here we go. So in case your people look at the screen and think, hey, suddenly I see masking tape, that's correct, because the next thing we'll do is, since Megatron was like the shiny chromey boss that he was in the previous movie, there's a lot of chrome, although weathered and dirty, on this guy as well. Especially this arm basically is all chrome with some metal bits, with some greenish bits attached to it. And especially over here, there's some chrome that needs to be chromed out. I won't be using chrome, I will be using Sparkling Silver, because it's basically a dulled down version of that already. So in case I'll weather it and make it dirty and grimy, then I can add some chrome to do some of the details on him. And for the sharp eagle-eyed viewers among you that notice that something is missing, that is because I took his head off. Took the electronics out as well, and I put everything over here, because basically the entire head will be chromish silver as well. So let's get some chrome going. So, and if you remove the tape, this is basically what you end up with. Megatron looking all shiny and grimy at the same time. Which is a good thing, because this basically is where we want to start working from it. Next thing we will be doing is adding a lot of the metal color, which I use for basically all my robots. Let's get on with the adding of the gunmetal. So I just noticed that with my previous video, my hand was in the way all the time, so I decided not to use that part of the video, but I decided to do half of the robots already in the paint it needs to be, the gunmetal and the black mixed. So that's this side, in case you were wondering for the differences. So especially with the legs, it's showing the detail. And of course, there's a lot of things not done yet, especially on the back. The weathering that needs to be done there will be done later. And for now, it's just the paint. So yeah, I'll do the other half and then we'll go to the next color. So here is Megatron looking all still kind of clean, actually. So he's not primed up yet, but he will be quite soon. Yeah, all the gunmetal robot color is done. And now we'll just, I think I'm going to do with some black, rubber tire black. I'm going to make sure the details from the wheels, because the wheels need a little bit of more of a tire. So I'll be doing that next. So, and suddenly you might have noticed that there is a little bit of tape on him, which is because the Prime 1 studio and the one in the movie also, if you look closely, actually has some white here with the red line. It needs to go all the way up to here, halfway to this grate thingy. And this bit and the bit over here need to be a dark grayish color. So I think it's more like a German gray from the warships. So I'll be doing that because I actually got the color, because I'm going to paint Sentinel Prime, which actually uses the same color. First I'm going to do the white, and then I'm going to make sure that the gray is done, and then he's ready to get dirtied up. So let's hit up the spray booth. So I do need to add the red, but here we are. Even though he's quite dirty in the movie, so you need to imagine a lot of dirt and grime on there, which is not on him just yet, but he'll get there. He'll get there. Just a dirty little boy. So next up will be to add some details in gold, copper, titanium, metal, and I think I already said gold, but and copper. So that'll be next, mostly in this area and between the arms and stuff. Needs a lot of detail, and then we can start doing the fun bit, which is make him dirty and grimy. So he's getting there. I already started to do basically all the brown is done. And I already started a little bit with the orange, as you can see here, just to give it a little bit more depth in the color. So yeah, I'm going to finish the orange, and I just wanted to show how I do it. It's basically, you just put some of the paint in the lid of the paint can, and then you'll just go over. And just remember that the darker brown is always the older rust, so you want to work from the dark brown inward. And if you're going to do big bits, just add some to the brush, add it on the figure, and then just give it a push with the sponge to make sure everything looks as it should. So that's just a little bit more done. We can move on to all the other bits of the figure, because there's a lot of him that needs to have some work done. So let's cue the montage. So here you can see him with all the orange added to make him look a little bit more mean than he should be. Next up will be I'll be adding a dirt wash, which basically is panel liner, and then yeah, I'll just do all the panel stuff. And I'll do that off camera because I need to have him lying down, and I don't have a stative that holds him up. So yeah, I'll just show you what the panel liner is, but probably everyone I know already knows what a panel liner is. How you basically just fill in the gaps. Let it cure and then just but this works better when it's laying down, and then you just wipe off the excess. So I'll do that off camera, and then it's time to do the last bit, which will be adding the chrome silver to make sure that some of the metal gets exposed to make him look like he's genuine metal. So I'll do that next, but first the panel liner. So after all the weathering and stuff is done, here he is in his full outfit. With the cap, I actually added some metal wiring into the side, and it just super glued it in place. And I gave it a dust coating so that it isn't as shiny as it used to be. But yeah, here he is all together. I did the metal weathering, as you can see. I gave him a little bit of wear and tear everywhere. And yeah, I think he came out quite nicely. So I'll turn him around so you can see a little bit more of the detail. Also on the back. I think in the comments, but some people might say that there's too much chrome on him, too much silver, but I did do my research and I watched all the Prime 1 Studio things, and basically his entire arm is just like this, silver with some of the khaki color on top of it, and almost his entire chest. There are some bits that are in different colors, but altogether he's mostly chrome and green. So here he is, all put together. And I think this came out quite nice. Yeah, so I just like how he looks now. So yeah, I would like to say thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment in the comments below. And I hope to see you soon in the next video. Okay, bye.